Hi, sisters. For the first time in my career, I'm going to be siding with Joe Rogan. Historically, I have not agreed with many things that Joe Rogan has said. Joe Rogan's biological dad is now currently trying to get money from him, and it's gross. So there's this TikTok account called Fight Life LLC. LLC is just in the name of your fucking TikTok account. Like, that sucks. It's cool that you spent $100 to form an LLC in wherever the hell you are. They have 304,000 followers, but what really brought them a bunch of views was videos showcasing Joe Rogan's biological father. Fight Life LLC is ran by two guys, this guy right here and the guy over here. They're both ex-addicts who have started like a boxing gym, and I'm all for it. I think that's great. But what my problem is they decided to seek out Joe Rogan's biological father and make TikToks with him for a little bit of clout. And that's insane. Let's check it out.
My real father was crazy. He was like a psychotic person.
Really?
Yeah, he beat the f out of my mother.
Like, he would be the type to come home,
smacks women, beats the shit out of kids, beats the shit out of them.
That podcast was from over a decade ago, where Joe talked about his relationship with his father, how he was a bad person, how he never really had a relationship with him. He stopped talking to him when he was 7, but all he remembers is the abuse and the way that he treated his family. And look who's here to defend himself. This fucking guy. Are you joking? After Joe Rogan gets a Spotify deal, this is what we do. $100 million, $200 million Spotify deal. And now we're here in our kitchen to defend ourselves. You don't know him, sir. Let's check it out.
You told him on a Howard Stern show that I left you and I abandoned you. I was still a cop 21 years later, retired lieutenant. You know where I was. I didn't leave. How'd I abandon you?
Right. No, that makes sense. I love when absent fathers say, you knew where I was this whole time. You could have just seen me. He was 7, man. He was 7. You were an adult. If you wanted to see him, you could find a way. You work for the police force. If you really thought that he was taken away from you, why not do something about it? What's happening? You knew where I was. Why didn't you just come visit me when you were 7?
It's not right to be one-sided, Joe.
Personally, I feel it's okay to be one-sided if it's a situation with like abuse and trauma, right? If you experience abuse from your father as a child and then your dad goes, I don't want to be one-sided here, but I don't think I did it. Yeah, of course. What? That's insane. As someone who has had a terrible relationship with his father, I can see all the weird manipulation tactics that are going on here. And what's even better is towards the end of this video, he becomes more off the rails than he already is. Like, he's like, I would never abuse you. I would never do that. And then he's, hitting the table. You'll see.
Look in my face when I'm talking to you and tell me I'm lying. But I know you're lying.
Hey, man. What? Look at my face when I'm talking to you, because I'm not lying. But I know that you're lying, and now you should come talk to me because I seem like a totally sane person.
But forgiveness is a part of God. Joe's got something against me. That's on him. Everybody got their opinion. One day, he'll have to show up, and I hope it's before I leave.
I hate that so much. First of all, he said forgiveness is a part of God, meaning that Joe, since he's such a God-fearing man, is going to look at this guy and be like, listen, all this abuse that you did to me when I was a kid, I'm going to forgive you for it because I love Jesus. I hate that. And then I also hate when people who are older try to manipulate people who are younger, saying, don't you want a relationship with me before I croak, before I die off? No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. Nobody does. Literally, what I love about this is this arm right here is not one of his family members. This is one of the guys from Fight Life LLC. Yeah. And I believe that the reason that they found him was because Joe Rogan's father did an interview with some magazine. It went a little bit viral, and then they sort of jumped on it like, hey, you live in Jersey, we live in Jersey. Can we profit off this together? It's great. Later on, the guys from Fight Life LLC are in the videos. They make little cameos. It's really nice. Sorry to just barge in here like that. I'm here to say that this video is sponsored by Aura. Anyone can find your information on the internet, including your full legal name, your phone number, your email, and basically everything else that you want to keep private and off the internet. I did a Google search of one of my family members, and literally everything came up about them. Their address, their phone number, their email. And boy, oh boy, did that make me feel scared. This information is accessible because of data brokers. They profit by selling your information to robocallers and telemarketers. And that's where Aura comes in. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and will automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. If you're interested in this, you can use my link in the description below, aura.com/jake.doolittle, to get 2 weeks for free to see how many data brokers are sharing your private information. Or you can just scan the code right here. Aura's app also features a VPN, a password manager, and real-time credit and identity theft monitoring. When I signed up for Aura, I was genuinely shocked at how much information about me was out on the internet. And it gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing that that's no longer there. So again, please go to aura.com/jake.doolittle to start your free trial, or click the link in the description, or scan the QR code right here. Now back to the regular video.
Oh, even though your mother was in her 20s, you were 7 years old. She didn't have the right to do this. I did not abandon anyone. Your mother abandoned me. She never told me anything. I had to bear the pain of letting you go, but it was the only way of having you, God forbid, in a foster home, because if you went into a foster home, who knows what would happen to you.
So why would you think that he would end up in a foster home? If you were such a phenomenal dad, why wouldn't you go after the kid and say, hey, let's go through the court system? I don't quite know if any of this makes any sense. She was in her 20s. You were allegedly abusing her and her son, and they ran away, and you said, I'll let him go. You know what? I'm going to let him go. That's actually a good idea, because I'm just glad that they're not going to the police that I'm a part of.
Sure, every other father would have done the same thing.
No.
You're in a situation like that, you can't flip off on what you didn't want to happen. You got to flip off on what did happen and what circumstances could be. And it started that I beat his mother up. Well, let me explain something. He was told this when he was young, because you got to have some kind of reason why. You're in California, my father's in New Jersey.
I remember things from when I was 7. I actually remember a lot of things from when I was 7. It was used in my court case against my father, actually. I don't know if you can just say that this is what his mother told him, because if you never experienced the rage of this guy and you like lived together, then I don't think you would run with it on a podcast, right? Like, the trauma that I have from my father is not from any other outside source. It's me.
So I think was misled by the mother, but what he did was carry it on later in life.
Of course he carried it on later in life. Have you never heard of any kind of trauma or PTSD? Like, this guy's missing a tooth right here. He carried that on later in life. You're allowed to carry things with you throughout your existence.
I'm not doing this for money. If I was doing it for money, I would have did it a long time ago.
That's pretty telling, is it not? If I wanted to do this for money, I would have done this a long time ago. Mind you, the money is still there. It's still $200 million, not including anything that he made before arena touring, anything like that. Trust me, I know it's there. But I'm not doing this for money. I'm actually doing this for Fight Life LLC to cover. Really? This guy's name is Joe Rogan Sr. Mr. Joe Rogan Sr., what are you doing? It's not for money? You just want to rekindle a relationship? You're going to gaslight him into thinking that you never did anything wrong?
My success is my whole family. They're everything. They're my heart, my soul, and my life. I would like to have you as a part of the family.
Again, what are you doing, man? My family's success is mine. My success is my family's. I'd like to have you back in the family. Yeah, no shit. Your name is Joe Rogan Sr. People probably ask you about that all the time. Of course you want him back in your life.
But you know what, Joe? You lied so much, I don't think you can face me. But if you do face me, Joe, you're going to have to come up with the truth, and I know the truth will truth hurts.
It's a little threatening, no? You lied, Joe. Puts the finger in the camera and goes, I don't think you can even face me, you fucking pussy, because of how much you lied. I don't think he can face you because the last time he saw you, you were abusive.
Here, come in my house. We'll sit down and talk. It's about time, maybe, because I've been hurt for the last 27 years you've been talking like this. In my neighborhood, we go by principle. We don't lie to people to be advanced in life.
Looks up at the guy recording like, is that good? It's like those scenes in porn where she's like, are you getting this? This guy looks like the guy from Up and The Godfather had an incestual baby.
Joe, this is not anger. I want to let you know It's pain.
This is not anger. This guy f***ing slapped the table multiple times. You're telling me that you weren't abusive. You can't get your point across without slapping the table? What the fuck, man? Listen, I'm not abusive, but remember this movement? Remember this? Remember that? You think that Joe saw that hand movement and was like, you're right, I did make up all that abuse, even though my entire life was growing up with this hand movement.
You talked about me like I was a dog for 25, 27 years. All these years I held it in. I held it in because you were my son. I'm the real guy. I come from my heart. Look at it, Joe, right here to you. You know what, Joe? But even now, I got a microphone in my hand. Joe, I don't blame you at all.
Whoa! He cooled down after that part. Holy shit. I have a microphone in my hand. Face turning red. He's like, you treated me like a dog. No shit. No shit. Also, what's treating you like a dog? Not talking to you anymore? If this guy was a dog, he'd be one of those basset hounds with big droopy ears, just with tumors all over its body, waiting for an eternal dirt nap.
I can't blame you. You were 7 years old. What did you know? You got misled.
Big, scary, crazy cop from New Jersey.
I think I'm a psychopath from New Jersey. I was this big, bad cop.
Smacks women, beats the shit out of kids.
I don't hit women. Here's a picture of me with a woman. I never hit a woman. There's a picture of me with a woman, all right? Why would she stand with me if I beat her? Oh my God.
Beats the shit out of kids. Beats the shit out of them.
I don't beat the shit out of kids. Here I am with a kid. There's a kid right here, man. I don't beat kids. Look at this kid. You think I'm beating him? Oh my God. The way that this photo is framed, it looks like he's like gripping onto him. She's gripping onto him. This kid couldn't move if he wanted to.
So I went from living around these Italian New Jersey psychopaths.
That's the 7-year-old brainwashed you that has never healed.
This is Fight Life LLC trying to talk to Joe Rogan through TikTok because you think that with all of the conspiracy theories that Joe believes in, he's going to download TikTok of all things. Also, get out of this fucking video.
So the only way you can heal is as an adult Joe can step outside yourself and tell that 7-year-old, hey, listen, maybe Mom was lying.
Maybe Mom was lying. What experience do you have in being a therapist besides smoking crack? Your whole TikTok account is about your experience smoking crack, and now you do kickboxing. I don't think that anybody who is not a licensed professional should be giving advice like this.
Shit on your father like that. We're not gonna let it.
You lied about me. Your father. If you lied about your father, what do you give up the world? I'm tired of it, Joe. I just had enough.
So this is another TikTok that they made where obviously Mr. Joe Rogan Sr. was a little bit angrier because as you can see, his Appalachian mountain range face is turning bright red.
If you can't talk to me.
Whoa, man. If you can't talk to me. What does this mean? If you can't talk to me and then hits the table, cool, man.
Can't talk to me. Face to face, you're a punk ass.
What?
That's all you are.
You think that Joe wants to see you now? If you can't talk to me face to face, you're a fucking punk ass bitch. Fuck you. Also, my door's open at any time.
You got all the money, everything, but you know what you don't have? You don't have no heart, and I'm going to tell you something else you don't have. You ain't got 2 balls.
You ain't got 2 balls. That's your son. Listen, I've actually seen a lot of videos of Joe Rogan talking about his kids, and he seems like a pretty decent father. I don't know any of the ins and outs, but he like glows when he talks about his kids. I don't agree with anything else that he says, really, but I watched a clip recently where he was like ecstatic about his children. And dare I say it, he didn't even make a choking movement.
You couldn't handle me. 81 years old. You couldn't handle this guy, right?
I think anybody can handle you, Bucko. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Joe Rogan could handle you in an ice bath or not with big nipples.
Owe me a big apology.
Joe, you were taken away at a very young age. Okay.
Who the fuck is this? His sister? What the fuck are you doing, man? You're bringing his sister into it. Good. I would assume that he doesn't really talk to his sister, right? Because this is just one of his dad's kids, seemingly from another woman.
You were taken away at a very young age. Okay. Unfortunately, you did not get to grow up with the man that we were fortunate enough to grow up with.
What the fuck? is this guy looking at? You ever seen people before they die, like look up at the sky and like hallucinate? That's what that looks like. You literally look like you're eating, what is it? Cud? What do cows eat?
Unfortunately, you did not get to grow up with the man that we were fortunate enough to grow up with, that my kids are fortunate enough to grow up with.
Smacks women, beats the shit out of kids.
When he went to college for acting, he had to take up drama.
When he went to college for acting, he had to take up drama. Is that a diss? This guy must have taken up drama. What the hell? He's so outrageous. He's so dramatic. He could be doing drama. Oh my God, this guy's a comedian for a living. Not a good one. I don't like his comedy, but yeah, no shit.
New Jersey psychopaths.
He said the Italians in North Jersey were psychotic?
No, he didn't. He said that he grew up around Italian New Jersey psychopaths. Not all of them. Holy shit.
A lot of these Italians. Joe, I'm 81 years old. I never met a psychotic Italian.
Have you looked in the mirror, brother? Have you looked in the mirror? I never met a psychotic Italian. Hey, come here. Hey, you couldn't handle me at 81. Oh, shit. Oh my God. I think by doing that, his heart rate may have gone up to a record high of 70.
These crazy ass Italian psychopath Italians over here, you know what? We know one thing for sure. We know family.
Hey, man. What? Is he trying to send a message subtly, but it's not working? He's like, hey, we psychopaths over here. You know what we're saying? We don't we're not psycho. We don't know nothing about this. We do know family, though, and I'll do anything to protect my family.
We're not caught up in the bullshit over there in Hollywood and all that, bro. We down to real roots.
You're down to real roots? What? Man, you run a TikTok account about kickboxing and heroin. Joe Rogan's family doesn't know you.
And this man is the real root, brother. You always revert back to your roots, Joe. What you doing, man? Sit on the other side of the table, my man.
No.
No cameras, no nothing, bro. And not me. Don't worry, I won't be here.
And not me. Don't worry, I won't be here. I'm pretty dangerous if you ask me. What is... I'm sorry. I'm a Snoopy bitch. Oh my God. Wait. She's currently texting out an apology while she's recording this video. It says, I'm sorry right here. You see that? What is happening? How many people in your life have you wronged that while you're filming an apology, you're also apologizing to someone else?
Sorry that all this happened to you. From the bottom of my heart.
No way. Oh my God. It's the fucking Fight Life guys typing out what to say. No shit. They typed out, I'm sorry, right? And then they pull back the phone. He watches the guy pull back the phone. She says, I'm sorry, right when that happens. Looks at the guy when he takes back the phone. Holy shit. I don't think that anybody fucking noticed that.
I'm sorry that all this happened to you. From the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
Obviously you're not. Joe Rogan sees this. He's like, oh, she's sorry. Wait, does that phone say I'm sorry? Did that guy who was pointing a gun at me just tell her to say I'm sorry? Coming up next is a really good part. You're gonna like this.
I love when I see the comments. They just want the money. They want the money bag. I have a box, Pandora's box. And if I open it, Joe, things would get really ugly. But see, we don't roll that way.
That's a threat. I have a box. Pandora's box. Listen, I'm not going to open it. But if I do, it's going to cause you a lot of trouble around here. But I'm not going to open it. But if I did, you would regret it. What does she have on Joe Rogan from when he was 7? There is nothing that Joe Rogan could have done at 7 years old that would cancel him today.
You were wrong. You lied. We all know you lied.
So everybody's mindful on something, okay? You're looking at a real cop, real detective, okay? His record is squeaky clean. Let's just get that in perspective.
Thanks, man. What the fuck? Well, anyway, since then, the only thing that Fight Life LLC has posted about the Joe Rogan thing is saying, the truth is, Fight Life LLC is greater than Joe Rogan. What? Are you joking? What have you done?
What's the quote of the day?
Hey, yo, Jay, toxic people, they make you feel like you holding a grudge. No, sir. You just setting the fucking boundary.
Tell that to Rogan's dad and sister, you fucking idiot. That's what Joe Rogan's doing. Joe Rogan set boundaries, and that's okay. Somebody said, should tell this to Rogan's dad. They responded and said, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
What are you doing, bro? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the fucking Shilajit, bro.
What is she legit? Where is it?
It's in the Himalayan mountains, cuz. Through the rocks.
We're in New Jersey, though.
Yeah, but I think the rocks, I think we good.
All right, let's just keep hitting. Let me see. Check it out. Check it out.
Oh, gotcha. This is them saying that they're looking for an ancient substance because when you click the link in their bio, oh, look what they're selling. Shilajit. Good Lord. Guys, please stop. Please stop. You're mad at Joe Rogan, the king of shilling all supplements. You're literally just following in his path because you couldn't do what he did. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, then please subscribe. Also, thank you to all my members for supporting me. If you become a member, you get a bunch of exciting new perks, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.